What else can you say but Buffalo? Avs win over the Buffalo Sabres 3-1. I'm of two minds in this game. On the one hand, the first half of it, the Avs really did not play all that well at all, and it didn't look very good. Despite that, they managed to never trail in the game and ultimately get to where they need to be by building and playing better as the game goes on from start to finish. You don't love the slow starts, but you love the consistent improving effort throughout the game, and honestly, you might just be able to throw all of that stuff out because it's a weird matinee game that's a 12:30 local start. So I'm choosing to give the Avs more credit for wading through a weird game with some awkwardness and ultimately getting the job done than punishing them for some of the stuff they didn't do well. With that being said, the first period was not good. A power play late in the period where the Avs got about 5 shots on goal makes the shot totals look a lot better than it actually was. The 5-on-5 play was not good at all from Colorado. They struggled to generate much of anything, and Buffalo had the vast majority of puck possession and zone possession time in the first. Thankfully, Wedgwood was up to the task for the most part for the entire game, frankly. Once again, of the 4 games he's played this year, 3 of them he's only given up a single goal, so that gave the Avs a little bit of breathing room to figure it out and get their legs into the game. And even when the Avs might look a little bit sleepy, Nathan MacKinnon is still Nathan MacKinnon, and he gets the first goal of the game early on. Avs on the breakout here. Burns is going to go cross ice to get the Avs going the right direction. Natchez is able to get the puck into the zone and opts to pull up and gets Buffalo to commit pretty heavily to him. He's getting double teamed here, and he's still able to get it out with a chip up the boards. Now this is a ridiculous play by Nathan MacKinnon. He one-touches that chip pass up and forward to himself into the middle of the ice. Interesting defense from Buffalo, I will say, on this game, but MacKinnon controls the puck without actually having it on his stick here and puts it in a safe spot where he can recollect, capitalize off the mistake in Buffalo, and he finds himself all alone heading towards the slot. He picks up the defenders in front, the chaos in front, goes around that, gets to his backhand side, and flicks a backhand in that finds its way all the way through to the back. MacKinnon has tricks in the bag that seemingly very few other players have, and really, his backhand shot isn't very good, and I'd even consider that somewhat of a soft goal. But everything leading up to that goal is outrageously good from Nathan MacKinnon. To create that opportunity for himself is ridiculous. The way him and Natchez are clicking right now is borderline unfair through these last couple of games. And it looked like, despite playing a poor period, that Nathan MacKinnon goal was going to get the Avs out of the first with a lead. Unfortunately, the Avs' poor puck management in their own zone does eventually catch up to them. This starts as really strong defensive play. Josh Manson just works a guy in the corner to earn the puck, but Taves, under pressure, panics a little bit with this puck and is not able to, despite avoiding the initial pressure, get a good clear out. He tries to chip this up the wall into a problem. I don't know that he had a ton of other places to go. Maybe he could have reversed it. Either way, it's not an effective clear. It stays in the zone, and now the Avs are doing a bit of scrambling. A bouncing puck comes out to the middle of the ice, and it ends up on Tage Thompson's stick, who ultimately just throws a puck through. I still can't tell. This might hit Taves' skate, or it might just be a sneaky little shot. Either way, it finds its way through Wedgwood. Not sure if that hits Taves and it's an unstoppable redirect or if it's a bit of a soft goal, and frankly, I don't really care which one it is. Again, that's the only goal of the game that Scott Wedgwood gave up. If you give up one goal a game, I don't care how it goes in. I do care about the Avs' puck struggles through the first period, though. There's a lot of that in this game. It could have led to more goals against, the Avs failing to clear pucks from their own zone. I don't know if this is misplay with the puck or just disconnect with the Avs' systems that players aren't where they're supposed to be up the boards to get that puck out. But either way, that's something that they need to clean up. Those are the types of plays you get away with against Buffalo, but not against better teams. And as you saw there, not even all the time against Buffalo. So a 1-1 first period is not awesome, but given the Avs didn't play very well, you can live with that, especially on the road. The second period is more high event for both teams, but the Avs start doing a better job of at least limiting the quality of the opportunities Buffalo is getting in the second period. A lot less high danger, a lot more stuff out in the perimeter. Still not perfect puck management, but a lot less, oh boy, here we go again. And finally, the second period gets a couple of pieces you've been wanted to get rolling do just that. Through a lot of portions of this game, Buffalo likes to slow down the pace. That is to say, they aren't breaking out all that aggressively or trying to move the puck aggressively forward. So they reset here back into their own zone, and that allows forecheck pressure to continue for the Avs. Val puts himself right in the passing lane, and an errant thought means Val just gets a free pickoff and an opportunity for himself. Now look at the distance that gets closed here. I know Val slows down and protects the puck a little bit, but this is the gap that Cale Makar has, and when he finishes this play, he's going to be on the opposite side of Bowen Byram at the top of the crease. That's a ridiculous amount of ground to cover for Cale Makar, for a guy who doesn't even take a stride in that time. He just floats on the ice the way other players don't. And despite both players essentially taking away the pass, Val still finds a way to slip this through Byram, and Makar is left with a tap-in goal. Pretty easy goal on Cale Makar's part for that one, but great to see him get one in the net. But obviously the big talking point there is Val-Nischukin, and that is a great read on the defensive side and maybe an even better play on the offensive side to get that puck across to Makar. And while I know Nelson and Landeskog were not directly involved in the goal, they were on the ice for this goal. So the Avs' second line finally gets that goal, that +1 for the team where they really hadn't been producing much. That's great for Val, that's great for the line, and I did think the second line got better as this game went on. It started really rough. The way the first period looked, I think we were talking about breaking that line up. But by the end of the third period, obviously this goal, but multiple other good chances too. Landy was getting involved with some good passes. Nelson had a handful of good plays too. It felt better. You still need production out of that entire line. That means Landeskog and Nelson too, but it felt better enough that I'm willing to continue to take a look at it over the next handful of games. That gives the Avs their final lead of the game. It would be the game-winning goal. You kind of waddled through the first half of the second period with both teams kind of all over the place. But then the Avs started to lock in and kind of take this game over. And really, more than anything, Buffalo and the Avalanche just had a front row seat to the Nathan MacKinnon show in this game. The Avs have seen this wind up a million times before. A drop pass to Nathan MacKinnon as he gears it up, goes through the neutral zone, and gets you an offensive zone possession. But there's a new trick in the bag. Nathan MacKinnon doesn't have to be the only one doing this anymore. He can hit Necas, and Necas can get you across that blue line safely, control space, and allow you to get into the offensive zone effectively. And Necas has 3 of 4 Buffalo Sabres drawn entirely to him, all puck watching as Nathan MacKinnon slips in on the backside of the play. Necas pulls up. MacKinnon and Necas are going to cross here, and this is going to cross teams up a lot this year. Buffalo doesn't know what to do nor how to defend this. One player expecting a switch, one player sticking with their man, and all of a sudden Nathan MacKinnon is given all the space in the world. Devon Toews, as a defenseman, doing a good job, recognizing both of his forwards are high in the zone. He's the body down deep that opens up a little bit more space for MacKinnon. And then if you're defending MacKinnon one-on-one, well, sometimes you get cooked, and sometimes your goalie gets cooked too. Necas and MacKinnon together are creating spaces in ways I don't know that I've ever seen before. Obviously, Rantanen and MacKinnon together were unbelievable. They created awesome plays, and I don't want to diminish that, but there's something about Necas' speed and involvement in the offensive zone that just seems to create that little bit extra, where Nathan MacKinnon can disappear a little bit more, and he finds himself in these open spaces with enough room to create, make moves, and ultimately finish plays in a way that is frankly awesome. That would be your final goal of the game. The Avs would get through that second period with that 3-1 lead. I will say props to the Avs penalty kill in this game. Another perfect game where they go 3 for 3. The power play, unfortunately, does not put one in the back of the net, but it wasn't all that concerning to me. The top unit continues to look really good because of the movement that Nathan MacKinnon and Marty Necas have. They're both moving their feet very well and creating good chances. You do need to start see some finishing on that power play, and I continue to wonder if Nelson is necessarily the right fit there. But the second unit also looked pretty good today. They created a number of good chances. Victor Olofsson was shooting the puck a lot. There was a lot of good stuff to like on the power play, and I know you can only say it was good, but they didn't score so many times before they just have to actually start scoring a little bit more. But it's still too early in the season for me to worry beyond the process. And then the third period was downright great hockey from Colorado. In a period where they're up 2, you expect Buffalo to be desperate and and trying to claw their way back into this game, the Avs outshot Buffalo 15-4 in the third period. A comeback was straight up just never on the cards because the Avs were outworking Buffalo in every facet of the game in the last period. The game even could have been made 4-1 as Marty Necas did put a puck in the back of the net, but on review the play was very clearly offside, so it did not count. The MacKinnon-Nischukin line is looking like a juggernaut. The Avs have scored 13 goals this year, and 7 of them have come off of those two players' sticks. Even if they didn't look amazing through the first 2 games of the season, these last 2, it's been a step up, and that top line is firing. You finally got a little bit of production out of your second line. You're getting quality work night in and night out from your bottom 6. There's a lot to like here from Colorado. I do think parts of the defense are a work in progress, but you're starting to see that offense pick back up. Makar scoring his first goal and having a 2-point night, and Brent Burns also picking up another assist. So things are trending towards Colorado hockey. I am never one to look a gift horse in the mouth from Buffalo. If they wanted to roll over and die, the Avs were happy to let them do it and take this W, and sometimes it's as simple as that. That is the end of this game video review. Thank you for watching. I am Rudo, and yeah, MacKinnon might be the best player in the world.